Once upon a time, on an especially bright night, in the kingdom of Arendelle, Anna and Elsa were watching the starry sky from the top of the castle balcony. The mountains were covered in soft snow, and the lake reflected every little point of light as if the world were filled with tiny, sparkling diamonds. "The stars are stronger tonight," Anna commented, squinting her eyes as if trying to decipher a hidden mystery high above. "Yes, and something about them seems different," Elsa replied, the tips of her fingers glowing with a slight touch of icy magic. Suddenly, 3 northern stars began to move, forming a luminous drawing in the sky, an ancient symbol used by the first guardians of Arendelle. It was a triangle made of light, with a thin trail of brightness that seemed to point toward the frozen mountains to the north. "That's a sign," Anna said excitedly. "Maybe there's something hidden there." Elsa smiled. "Then let's discover it together." The next day, the 2 sisters set off with Kristoff, Sven, and Olaf. The cold wind blew gently, and the sky still held a bright trace of the stars from the night before. The farther they walked, the more the path seemed illuminated by tiny, sparkling dots left floating in the air as if the stars themselves were guiding the journey. After hours of walking, they reached a forgotten valley, where a large, polished rock seemed to reflect the sky even under the morning sun. Elsa touched the smooth surface, and her magic reacted instantly. The rock came to life, revealing glowing inscriptions that appeared like lines of light. "This tells a story," Olaf said, trying to read upside down. Anna stepped closer and added, "A story about the northern stars, an ancient secret of Arendelle." The glowing inscriptions showed that, long ago, the stars helped protect the kingdom, forming a magical shield that kept the snow balanced and the seasons in harmony. But this shield could only be awakened when true hearts worked together in perfect unity. "Then it's us," Elsa said with a tender smile. "You and me, Anna, always together." The 2 sisters stood in front of the rock, holding hands. The light began to swirl around them, creating an arc of glow that rose into the sky, reached the stars, and made them sparkle like silent fireworks. Thus, the northern star's shield shone once again over Arendelle, protecting the kingdom with a gentle, comforting magic. "We did it," Anna celebrated, jumping with joy. "And all because we followed the light and trusted each other," Elsa replied, hugging her sister. Satisfied and full of emotion, they returned to the castle, where that night sky shone brighter than ever, as if the stars themselves were thanking them for rediscovering their secret. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share with your little friends, and watch the next Enchanted adventure. Frozen, the race against time to save Arendelle. Enchanted kids story. Once upon a time, on a sparkling dawn in Arendelle, something strange began to happen. The sunlight seemed different. It didn't shine golden as always. Instead, it shimmered with a pale blue tone, as if the day had awakened colder than usual. In the center of the square, Anna walked cheerfully, planning a peaceful morning, when she noticed the citizens looking at the sky with concern. "Elsa," Anna called, already imagining that something magical might be involved. The castle door opened, and Elsa came out quickly, wearing a serious expression. "Anna, something is wrong with the flow of ice in Arendelle. I wasn't the one who did this. And if it continues, everything could be frozen forever." Anna's eyes widened. "Frozen forever? But that's not possible." Elsa touched the ground, and a small blue glow rose to her hand. She frowned. "This energy isn't mine. It's something natural. But it's out of control. As if a giant ice clock had begun ticking backward. We need to find out what's causing this." Anna, as determined as always, answered, "Then let's race against that clock before everything freezes." And so began the great race against time to save Arendelle. Elsa, Anna, Kristoff, Olaf, and Sven set off toward the northern mountains, where the ice looked thicker and brighter than ever. The path was different. Trees covered in crystals, frozen lakes forming mysterious patterns, and small snow whirlwinds dancing in the air, as if trying to guide them. Olaf ran excitedly, even with the colder than usual weather. Maybe it's the perfect day to be a snowman. But not so perfect for you guys, huh? Kristoff laughed. Don't worry, Olaf, we're used to icy adventures. Halfway through the trail, Sven suddenly stopped. The ground began to tremble slightly, and a thin crack ran across the ice, lighting up like a bright blue lightning bolt. The light ran along the ground as if it were escaping. That light is heading toward the Valley of Eternal Snow, Elsa said, watching carefully. Something there is pulling all of Arendelle's energy. With doubled speed, the group followed the light trail until they reached a hidden valley surrounded by giant ice crystals. In the center stood a huge glowing obelisk, like an ancient monument that had awakened after centuries of slumber. Anna approached. Wow, but what does it do? Elsa touched the surface and felt a wave of energy. It's absorbing the magical balance of ice. It's as if it were trying to restore something ancient. But it's taking too much. If it continues, Arendelle will freeze completely. Olaf raised his hand. Then let's just ask it to stop. Anna smiled. It doesn't work like that, Olaf. The obelisk began to pulse stronger, and the wind grew around them. A storm started forming quickly. Time was running out. Elsa, now determined, lifted her hands and tried to connect with the energy. I can do it. But I can't do it alone. I need you all to help me stabilize the ice field around it. Anna held her sister's hand. We're together, as always. Kristoff grabbed ropes and started anchoring them to crystals around the area, creating support points so nothing would collapse. Sven dug through the snow to clear paths, while Olaf chased small whirlwinds that were getting in the way. With everyone working in perfect harmony, Elsa released a beam of bright energy that connected to the obelisk. It shone so intensely it seemed to turn night into day. The wind stopped. The light dimmed. And finally, the ice that had been spreading throughout Arendelle began to retreat. The obelisk then shattered into small glowing fragments that floated through the air like enchanted snowflakes. Elsa smiled, relieved. We did it. The countdown is over. Anna threw herself into a tight hug. I knew you would save everything. I mean, we helped a little too. Olaf raised his arms. Hooray! Now I can enjoy a normal snowy day. One that doesn't freeze everything. Kristoff patted Sven. Another icy adventure finished successfully. When they returned to Arendelle, the sun regained its golden glow, melting the remaining intense ice and revealing the cheerful life of the city once again. The citizens applauded, celebrating their heroes who had saved the kingdom once more. And that night, as the stars shone in the sky, Anna looked at Elsa and said, You know, no matter what happens, as long as we're together, we'll always win any race against time. Elsa smiled affectionately. Always. And so, Arendelle slept in peace, safe and warmed by the love and courage of its guardians. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share with your little friends, and watch the next enchanted adventure. Frozen, the Aurora that opened a portal in the sky. Enchanted kids story. Once upon a time, on a cold morning in Arendelle, the sky began to shine with colors never seen before. Shades of pink, blue, and gold danced over the mountains, as if a magical painting had come to life. Elsa, amazed, felt a different energy in the air, a pure and luminous magic that seemed to call her toward something grand. Anna ran to the castle balcony, breathless with excitement. "Elsa, look at the sky. It looks like a magical aurora." Elsa smiled, enchanted. "Yes, Anna, but there's something different. This light isn't coming from the north like the others. It's opening right in the middle of the sky, above the valley." Kristoff, curious, prepared the sleigh and called Sven. "I think this deserves an expedition, don't you?" Olaf jumped with joy. "I love auroras. What if it's made of ice cream?" The friends traveled together across the sparkling snow, until they reached a frozen lake where the aurora seemed to touch the ground. In the center, a column of light spun gently, like a magical bridge connecting the sky and the earth. Elsa reached out and felt the energy of natural magic, an ancient force made only of wind, ice, and light. Suddenly, the ground glowed, and the group saw shining patterns appear on the ice, forming a map. Anna knelt down to take a closer look. "It looks like an invitation. Maybe the aurora wants to show us something." Following the glowing marks, the group arrived at a field covered in colorful crystals. Each crystal reflected a happy memory, laughter, hugs, joyful moments from Arendelle. It was as if the aurora were showing that true magic comes from unity and joy. Elsa, moved, raised her hands and let her ice magic blend with the light of the aurora. The sky then opened into an even brighter display of colors, forming a great arc on the horizon, a portal of light that revealed, high above, a new dawn full of hope. Anna looked at her sister and smiled. So that was it, a gift from the sky to remind us that the strongest magic comes from within. Elsa hugged Anna, smiling, and that no aurora is as beautiful as friendship and true love. As the sun rose, the aurora gently faded, leaving the sky clear and full of peace. Olaf, his eyes shining, sighed, "I knew it. The ice cream was in the air all along." And so, among laughter and magic, Elsa, Anna, Kristoff, and Olaf returned to the castle, carrying in their hearts the glow of the aurora, a reminder that the most beautiful miracles happen when you believe in kindness. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and watch the next Enchanted adventure. Frozen, The Secret of the Ice Child and the Glass Castle, Enchanted Kids Story.